Oh my gosh. Okay, Corey, and thank you so much for being on the bridge. I have known you guys, and not as long as Corey, but I've known of you for a really long time through Wonderful Humans. And I think the thread that connects all of us is just that we are connected educators, we vibe on ed tech. But I wanted to have you both on because Corey, your story was so crucial to the formation of the bridge and so much of what you've experienced over the last couple of years. I know. Truth out. Truth is
Feels so
out.
special.
I know. We should. So I do. I think about your story a lot. And so we'll get to that. But before that, can you just like tell us who you are? Like besides your bios, because we'll have that. Like who you guys are, how you know each other. Go.
I'll let Ann go first. She was the first TOSA.
Okay.
I was the first TOSA. I'm Ann. I am I want to say 22-year teacher, educator.
Love it.
Am I 22? I forget.
What year did you start
I've had
teaching?
2004.
Yeah. So you're 22 because I'm 23. Good job.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So 22, 22 year. I always say I'm a veteran first year teacher
I love it.
because this feels like being a first year teacher. It really does feel like being a first year teacher. So I say that, but I guess I go through eras like all cool people do. And I had a classroom teacher era when I had just started, and I started in a school in a different area from where I'm at now. And then I went into instructional tech for 10 years. And then I left that to go back to the classroom for a multitude of reasons. And now I'm here teaching fifth grade GATE.
Wow. Here being Southern California.
Southern California, very large urban school district, very large urban school.
Yeah.
This is the largest school in our largest elementary school in our district. And because we are a GATE magnet school, it's even larger because we bus in a lot of the students who qualify for GATE from other schools who'd like to be in a magnet class.
That's really cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it really is neat because my personal children are also GATE. And to have the ability to be with other people, GATE learners are so special. They have special ways of looking at things, and each and every one of them is unique. And to be in a classroom of others who are like you, who are unique, who look things, and that individuality is celebrated, it is really special to be in a class like that. So I'm glad that there are these types of opportunities for our kids.
Love it. Love it. And how do you know Corey? Where did your Corey story jump into your 22 years? You like that? Hashtag Corey story.
I let me tell, and I say this all the time. You be careful with the signs you're throwing there, buddy. So Corey, when I became a TOSA, it was just me and one other colleague, and he was a 712 version. So our district is K-12. So I came in and I had the K-6 lens. I had the elementary because my background was in elementary education. So I came in with the elementary background, and I had a partner who was 712. And there was only two of us, and we supported 65 schools. Back then, It was like Google was brand new. Like everything was brand new. We were still trying to figure things out. So we didn't really do a lot other than here's your laptop, teachers.
Yeah.
And, like we weren't one-to-one. None of that was happening. So it was me and another TOSA. And so we had these monthly meetings. And in order to facilitate a monthly meeting, we had presenters who were teacher leaders. Corey was one of those teacher leaders. Oh, I'm echoing. Is that me?
It's me. I unplugged.
It's you. Got it.
Nope, you're good. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, I think we're good. Yeah? No? Yeah.
Testing. 1, 2.
Wait. Yeah. Is that better? Is it gone now?
Testing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gone.
Okay.
That's better.
Okay. Okay.
So Corey was one of my teacher leaders.
Perfect.
And that first year I was like, I actually saw, and Corey, I think I told you this. I don't know if you remember. I came up to him and I saw a picture of his daughter on his laptop as the screen. And I told him, and I'm so sneaky like this, I told him, hey, Corey, just to let you know, this job is really conducive to raising a family. And I think that sealed the deal for him.
Yeah.
Because He applied, and he was so we all me and my boss and my colleague had, and he was my first choice. I wanted Corey.
Love
That's
this.
sad.
Anybody else?
I'm sorry, Anne, if I was your first choice. But yeah,
I knew what he brought to the table, and I wanted Corey. I didn't want anyone
I
else. 'Cause
love
other people
it.
applied,
Uh-huh.
but I told my boss. I said, if we can only hire one, this is the one that we should hire, and
Wow.
like what he brings to the table, and it was cool. He agreed, and then hired 2 other people as well.
Oh my gosh. So you guys went from 2 people to plus Corey plus 2 more. So you had 5 at that point.
Yes.
And this is
So,
what year?
We actually lost one,
Ah.
and so we ended up with 4.
And this is what year?
2005?
What?
It's
No.
like
No,
10
sorry,
years ago
15.
now.
2015.
yeah, it
2015.
was a
Yeah.
long time ago.
Okay. 2015. But
When was
wow.
Yeah, 2015.
Yeah, Addie was born 2014, so
Oh, baby.
2015.
And I love how much you paid attention to like something as simple as like the screensaver, which is the baby, which is actually like the core of like hopefully someone's identity. And like, what a smart play there. I see you, girl. I see you.
Oh, you have no idea.
So now it's my dog now. Just
Oh.
that tells you where things are right now.
Because Addie was like, "No, Dad, you can't have a picture of me like that."
Dude, my kids aren't as cute as my dog anymore, so
Oh my
my
gosh.
dog is now my phone
Testing.
screensaver.
Testing. Are we catching that? Okay, got it.
I hope so. But yeah, as Anne said, I just started off using technology in my classroom, and I the really like first exposure, not exposure, but the first thing I jumped into was Donors Choose had Chromebooks like before Chromebooks were a thing. And they're like, hey, for $100, if you can get parents or if you can get, community to pitch in, you can get a Chromebook for $100. And I'm like, all right, device for my classroom. So I ended up with like 8 or 10 of them.
Wow.
And then I took them to IT and was like, can you guys connect these to the internet? And they looked at it and were like, I don't even know what this thing is. So this was like the very infancy of that. So they were able to figure it out, thankfully, because I didn't have, family members dish out money that wasn't useful. That would just be like paperweights. And so my claim to fame in the district is I had the first Chromebooks in the district.
Wow.
I ran my own like Google domain for it too. So I had everything with it.
How did IT feel about you going and getting your own domain?
I don't think they knew about that part. My principal knew about it, and I talked to her. I said, hey, in order to use these, I've got to do this. Like, I didn't know this going in. Like, I just got these. I'm like, hey, it's devices. These will connect to the internet. We can do stuff. And then I get it, and I'm like, Google Docs? What is that? Like, I don't know what all this stuff is. Drive? Like, this was pre-classroom.
Wow.
This was infancy where basically students were, like, sharing docs, and it was a mess.
Mayhem. Oh, my God.
But like, we were able to get in because otherwise – the technology we had on campus was one MacBook cart that was rolled around from class to class. And there were about 3 teachers who used that at any given time. So we had to sign that out, move it around. And I was like, these are devices that can stay in my classroom. So I was excited about that. And so I started doing the presentations, and Anne's like, hey, come join us. So I went over to the dark side. And was there. And honestly, the biggest thing about the TOSA position was convenience.
Yeah.
I loved the convenience. Like raising kids, like I get a phone call, hey, kid's sick. All right, I can like just leave what I'm doing and go pick my kid up. Or like I could take like an hour off as needed. Just the flexibility that was there was huge. And my daughter's still mad at me to this day that I am not in that position anymore. Even though that position no longer exists, I'm still expected to be in that position. So I can pick her up at the moment's notice. So she doesn't live that one. Let me live that one down. She's mad at me for that. But yeah, I'm in my 21st year teaching now. Okay. So that is my era.
Look at us, y'all.
And I actually,
wow.
I know. We're veterans.
I think so.
Grizzled veterans.
Yikes.
But I actually used to teach at the same school Anne's at now as a gen ed teacher there. So yeah, those gate clusters We did try and connect those kids with the gen ed and the gig clusters as much as possible, but they speak another language. They have their own language, and it's great that they can get together and talk to each other. So yeah, so this is socioeconomically, the school I'm at now is much different. So
Okay.
that was a big transition. I have to teach ELD now, which I didn't have to do before
Yeah.
because I didn't have students that needed it. So that's
Good
definitely
thing you
been
got all that training in the TOSA office, right?
oh yeah, so much. So much.
Sounds like your
This is a
programs
video
and
podcast, right?
yes, it is. Oh, I forgot what I was saying. Dang
I
it.
need my mug, Ann.
So wait, so pick up from the point of okay, so now we know you're not TOSA-ing, you're both in the classrooms,
Not
but like
toasting anymore.
when you all were when Anne like took the sword and knighted you as TOSA, what was it like when y'all were working together and like take me from 65 schools and two TOSAs to like now, Corey, you're like, actually we're gonna have devices in classrooms. Like what happened with resources?
A
So I
lot.
think for us it was, yeah, I think they started to grow. And so Title I came in. And
Mm,
so the east side of our district got a lot of stuff and we were
mm,
getting money for that. But it really hit when COVID hit and all the ESSER funds came in.
uh-huh.
Mm.
Everyone, some schools got 2-to-1 devices.
Wow.
Everyone got a lot of money for devices. And so there was a lot of purchasing happening and there was a
Okay.
lot of ed tech exploration. Like, I know this sounds really like when COVID hit and everyone was like, we can do this virtually. Like, there's this other way. Like, there were applications that we had been talking about for years.
Mm-hmm.
And people were like, wait, what? Now they wanted to hear
Why
from
didn't you
us,
ever
right?
tell us about this? Why are you
Right. It's
gatekeeping?
like the
Like,
ports. It's like the ports program, right? Like
Oh my gosh.
Corey, Corey is known in our little tech group. Like someone discovered ports
Uh-huh.
maybe 2 years ago, and Corey had been presenting on ports to our district for I don't know 5 years,
Oh my gosh.
6 years now, and he actually brought them in one time, and we were like, "You guys should check this out." And then the people were like, "Why didn't you guys tell us about port?" And we were like,
Oh my god.
"Like
How dare
the
you?
same thing with Adobe. Like
here are the
Adobe
list
came
of
out."
presentations I've done.
Yeah, yeah, and
Yeah.
it's so I think that's what happened with COVID. Like
Yeah.
all of the money came in, and then now people were like, COVID hit,
Mm-hmm.
and the kids came back so different,
Mm-hmm.
and they needed personalized instruction. They
Mm-hmm.
needed differentiation. They needed engagement. They needed relevant content and relevant activities, and that's ed tech. Like that
Yeah.
spoke right to them, and I think that's why
And
we really had a good time.
Mm-hmm.
prior to COVID, EdTech was optional, and so everything we would
Right.
show would be like, "Hey, this is cool. If you don't like it, that's okay."
Right.
But I think it's cool. Some people think it's cool. Here's what you can do with it, right? Where when we went strictly online, now it's like you have to do this. Like
Mm-hmm.
Google Classroom, Seesaw, like these were like non-negotiables that you had to be
Right.
putting stuff in there. Teachers were using it, students were using it, and there were students or there were teachers who just rolled right into it. They had the processes set up, they had everything ready,
Yeah.
and it was pretty seamless for some of them. Not that it was an easy transition,
Yeah.
but they had built the routines
Mm-hmm.
in there, and then there were other teachers who were just like,
Wow.
how do I turn my computer on, right? And so we had to the craziest day I still remember, the Monday after Friday the 13th was like, hey, you're gonna present on Zoom how to use Zoom. I've never used Zoom before. I've never created Zoom. I've logged into a few, but it was like, yeah, you're gonna present to all the admin in the district how to use Zoom, and you have about 2 hours. Go. And now it's a thing too. Is like the group of tech TOSAs we had is like we like to, as Cosma says, like push all the buttons, right?
Yes.
You're not gonna break it. Just push all the buttons, because you're gonna find some magic in there. And I don't even know where I was going with this anymore. But yeah, it's that necessity.
That's
For
what you were
tech
talking about. That
was
like
huge. I
people.
think I don't know.
No. That it was optional and now it wasn't, and then all of a sudden your
Yeah,
job probably
yeah,
became like exponentially more valued,
yeah,
right? You would
yeah.
well.
because the people who came to us before, well, yeah, the people who came to us before were people who wanted to learn about tech,
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
right? Pre-COVID, they were interested, they were self-motivated to be
Yeah.
there, versus the rest of the group who was coming along during COVID was not always happy to be there.
So you said something that like totally like made me go aha, which is people, there were some people that had these routines set, and so the transition wasn't miraculous and wasn't immediate, but it was smoother, right? Versus the people that were for that, oh my gosh, yeah, the teachers that hadn't done that transition face to face and were trying to do all that goes into getting your students to feel comfortable navigating in an online system and yourself comfortable. Because how many times have we screwed up when I was like, oh my God, yeah, sorry, I didn't do the share settings properly, or like, oh, I didn't actually like upload the PDF you need, my bad, but like they're in front of me and I can fix that. And oh my gosh, I mean, I just hadn't thought about that.
I'm notorious for getting like, I'll get my presentation all ready and put my Bitly up there, and people are like, can you share it? I can't get in.
Oh gosh. Why?
Extra step just
Extra
kills me.
steps. Come on, Google, listen up here. Let's go. Okay, so post-COVID. Oh, and this is the other thing that you guys made me think of, is this idea that like, well, since everybody now doesn't have the option to not have the tech in place and not use it, then they must all be using it. And right, they're all using it perfectly, great, seamlessly, everything's great in your world? No?
Oh yeah, it is great in my
Always.
world. Just in my world, in my little world right here.
Do you
This
see
world
that?
right here.
Right. So like what does it look like from your perspective on school campuses right now? Did people continue that tech integration or not?
So at my school, I am seeing, well, I'm new here, so I still feel like I'm learning what everyone's doing. The school is so big. There are so many teachers here.
Yeah.
So, but what I am seeing, and I'm hoping that maybe I'm seeing this because I keep saying it, is purposeful use of tech.
Okay.
You know how like sometimes people will use tech just because it's fun
Mm-hmm.
and it's different and it's new. But I am seeing a lot of people like, tell me how to use that. If I can get up and running real quick, I'm happy to try it. But if it takes me too long to get logged in, if it takes the kids too long to get logged in, if it's buggy, if it's glitchy,
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. And I love that. I love that. Like, and that suits, that's how EdTech should be, right?
Mm-hmm.
If it improves your practice and it improves their learning outcomes, that's what you should be using.
Mm.
If it makes it more difficult for you to get in, then no, you should not be using it. Abandon. Just abort and go get, Post-its. Like, it is one of those things where I see that a lot. I see it's not worth me trying to get in. I have a good lesson. It's working for me. But then when I do introduce something fun and new and interesting, the AI that you brought to our district, I'm seeing that all over our district.
Wait, who?
You know
Me?
yes.
What AI
The
did
one
I
you
bring?
did you brought Adobe.
Oh yeah.
You brought Adobe, the AI portrait. It's the portrait, that activity with the words.
Yes.
I see it all over the district. All over the
is
district. And that's the
fun.
stuff. So that but like when you walk into a classroom, you know who attended that training, right? Because it's a very impressive thing to put up. And so I see that for those people that the fourth, the path of resistance wasn't hard. It wasn't there. Like there was no resistance. So they loved it and they went all in, and that's the tech that stays, right?
cool.
So it's really neat to see that purpose and we've always wanted that. That's all we always wanted. We always said, if it works for you and makes your teaching better and makes it better for the kids, do it.
Yeah.
If not, abandon, because not all tech works the same way for all of us.
Mm-mm.
One of the big boundaries too that teachers have is not knowing everything about it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
one of the things like too is you're not going to know everything in a tool. I usually just give my kids like the bare basics and let them run with it and let them like share with each other what they learned. But a lot of teachers like have a hard time with that control side. They're like,
Yeah.
I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know exactly how to do this if we run into a problem. And I think that's one of the barriers I see is like the what ifs with it. And so the more like what ifs that are in there, there's a less likely chance of someone trying it out, where
Yeah.
I let the kids become the experts on certain things, like Adobe Express. Like, here's the basics. Like, here's what you do,
Yeah.
and then they're like, "Hey, look what I did." I'm like, "All right, go show the class. Like, what did
That's
you do?"
awesome.
So you're not going to figure everything out. You can't know everything about everything.
It's
So
not
the
possible.
more we can give kids the power and give them the buy-in and the control, the more beneficial I think it's going to be for everybody.
Yeah. No, that's so true. And I think too, like if you, the more often we give teachers those opportunities to be in control of their own learning, the better too, right? Which leads me to my next question, which is, so it does sound like people, like other educators have, like, they got access to these resources. The students have access to the tools, the actual physical hardware. Like, and it sounds like things are in a really good place. I also know your school district, Garden Grove Unified, is you guys are doing some really great stuff, that not every school district is. And so what,
Really?
yes, you
News.
are. Yeah. Hello. Yes. From somebody who sees a lot of school districts across the state, there's good stuff happening there. And yet you're surprised. Why are you surprised by that?
I'll start. I'll save you from yourself,
Yeah.
Corey.
Thank you.
So
You guys back
I
channeling over there?
we, no, I know he and I are thinking the
Okay.
same. We are of the same mind, let me tell you. Um, so I see a lot of districts too. I teach at Cal State Fullerton, and
There you
so I
go.
see a lot of districts,
Mm-hmm.
and I hear a lot of things that I hear a lot of things. One of the things our district does really, really well is PD. We support our teachers very well. So we have TOSAs upon TOSAs, not tech TOSAs, for, God forbid, but other TOSAs. There's lots of them. And so we do support our teachers. We do have PD on
Paid
ELD
optional
or,
PD. So
yes,
that's a
optional,
big
and
thing
it's paid.
too.
That's true.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is true. Wow. See what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
It
It's
and
not a big deal.
Yeah, so there are, I think, some of the things that make it hard for us. One, they got rid of the instructional tech department, like the TOSAs. We
Got
There's
have
a
it.
no
reason why we're
more.
not TOSAs anymore.
Well, let's
Because
go
it
there.
didn't
No,
exist.
no, we left
That's not the
before
only
that
reason,
happened.
right? We
We
did.
left before that
But you kind
happened.
of saw it on the
I
horizon, no?
I
Oh yeah.
didn't. It was time for me to go.
Got it.
For Corey, I kind of told him, I was like, "You dude, you're good luck doing this without me." And Corey was like, "Yeah, that's probably not gonna work well." I think I was the only one in our district that really, with my vision and what I envisioned our district to be. When I took that job as a TOSA, I had hopes and a vision for our district and where we were going to go and what we were going to do. And I spent 10 years. We both spent 10 years working on that. And I do think we moved the needle. I really do. I think we have a lot of people, because when we left, there was a void. I know people were like, I got messages during Super Week. Where are you? Like, what happened? Where did you go? And they were like, we can't go to meetings anymore because you're not there and the trainings don't make sense. And so I know we had an impact, but I think right now the focus is on things that we wouldn't necessarily choose as a focus for our district. Our district went 1-to-1, 2-to-1. Did you hand out your Chromebooks already, Corey? We are 2-to-1 now.
Oh yeah. Anybody that
What
wants
is
a
that?
Chromebook at home can have it.
Yeah.
Oh, two
So our
Chromebooks.
district,
Two Chromebooks to every student.
two
Okay.
devices to
Wow,
every
that's
single student. Any
wild.
student that wants a device can have it. They can check it out and they'll keep it for the duration of their enrollment in that school. So if a third grader takes it, they keep that same Chromebook at home all the way up through sixth grade, and then they return it and go to their intermediate school and they can get one there.
Okay.
So it is a phenomenal way, a step towards equity and access
Yeah.
for our kids,
Yeah.
right? Especially for so many families that do need that device.
Yep.
However, when that was rolled out, we didn't talk about digital safety. We didn't talk about access to Wi-Fi. We didn't talk about, media literacy. We didn't talk about, we didn't support the teachers on, if you were to give homework with these devices, what would you do? Like, how could you teach? So I think it was the cart before the horse kind of a situation. So while we do have so many wonderful
Was there
things
even a
going
horse?
on,
I don't even know if there was a horse. There was a cart. The cart went home.
Maybe like a little donkey,
Sorry.
little pony.
yeah. So I think
I'm
that's
a-
where
having-
I think that's where we.
I think We wanted, like, we had this vision of like systemic change,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
We
of
made
course.
an impact. We had a lot of teachers who changed the way they did what they did. Um, but it's pockets, right? So you have it, and when you're talking about equity and everything, you have the haves and the have-nots. Like
Yeah.
you have teachers who teach digital citizenship, who teach digital skills, who teach these things, and then you have other teachers who it's like, no one taught me how to do
Mm,
that. And so it's this. If you came to those optional paid PDs, you got the message, but
mm.
it was only those groups who wanted it who were the ones that we saw that change coming from.
Well, and the ones that wanted it slash could come to it, because if you happen to be an
Correct.
educator that needs to pick up your kid or has a second job because they tutor after school to make up for not making enough money, I mean, you
True.
name it,
Yeah.
right? Like that's the equity piece does bleed into PD, but to your point, it does create a different like opportunity for extension, which seems to have made a really big difference. Maybe.
Maybe.
Well,
It's our district is so big.
it's so big. I had
It
no
it
idea. 65 schools.
it is huge. It is
Wow.
really, really big. And being K-12, I mean, we are preschool through adult learners, right?
Mm.
So, and we were helping teachers that were in the preschool, the state preschool program. We were helping teachers in our adult learning campuses. And so we were huge when we were working on all of these
Yeah.
different points in our district. And I think not that we didn't have enough time, but we didn't have enough manpower. And
You
even
mean
if we
woman power?
did,
I'm
I think
sorry.
it,
What?
yeah, exactly.
Hey, girl.
We like, even
Hey.
if we did, it was so hard to find people who saw things the way we did.
Mm.
Everyone thought one of two things: that ed tech was fixing your printer, getting network
Yep.
stuff done, or they thought ed tech was teaching coding and robotics.
Mm.
They didn't understand. And so for us to be good TOSAs, and I firmly stand behind this. If you are instructional tech, or ed tech, you should be able to know good lesson design and know how to infuse technology into that lesson.
Yes.
It's easy for you to find buttons and push the buttons and know how to troubleshoot. That is not what ed tech is about. Ed tech is about teaching better with technology. So
Preach.
that's why, yeah, that's why it was so hard for us to get out there, because very few people heard that and
Yeah.
understood that. Whereas they thought, oh, they're just doing fun stuff, and that's not really what it is.
Yeah.
It's not ever what it was.
Yep. It's almost the key that unlocks so much more. Like, what has your guys' relationship like your relationship with each other? How has that like evolved over the course of these years where you went from not really knowing each other to actually knowing each other really well, seeing each other every day, probably driving in cars to school sites together, to now you're at totally different school sites and you're back in the classroom. So what does the relationship look like now?
I text him all the time, and he does not respond
Oh,
ever.
that.
All the time.
How
I
dare
am a
you?
bad
But-
text returner.
But do you know how I know
I love
he
the
still
call
cares
out.
about me?
Yes.
He sends me reels on Instagram
Oh,
all the time.
there you go.
And that's how I know that there is still emotion and care for me. So
That's so cute.
because I like text him and I'm like, hey, what are you doing? Hey, what are you doing? And nothing. I'll send something, nothing. And then all of a sudden, 7 reels on Instagram. Like, oh, he's still there.
I'm still alive.
He's still
Yes.
there.
If it makes you feel any better, I have 98 unread text messages.
That is inappropriate. What?
Yeah.
Corey, explain yourself.
98.
Let's talk. Let's break it down. What is happening? What is this?
I have self-diagnosed ADD. I have not
Okay.
been to an official doctor.
Fair.
But, if it's this, if I don't see it in front of me at
Yeah.
the time, I'll see somebody text me, and if I can't like reply right then and there, you won't get a reply.
Okay.
It's nothing personal. It's just I don't see it, and then like once it's already like 2 days have passed, I'm like, oh, that doesn't matter anymore, right? So they're like,
So
they figured
how
it
do
out.
you prefer to communicate? Because now we know.
I don't
He
prefer
goes
to-
into a hole. He goes into
Oh, he
a hole.
prefers
You
not
are
to
lucky you got to
communicate.
have drinks. You are lucky you got drinks the other day. That's why when he texted me, I was like, of course I'm coming out. I've never seen you. I'm coming. Here I come.
love
Hold
it.
on.
Yeah.
Like it's so hard to get a hold of him. And I tell people all the time. I tell our former colleagues, I still talk to one of our former colleagues, and she's like, he hates me. I'm like, no, he doesn't hate you. He never texts back. He never texts back. And when we were in the office together, I think actually I think people thought we hated each other. Like,
Oh my
but
gosh.
there was so much love between me and Corey that I think we were so, can you imagine like the best brother and sister
I get
relationship
it. Oh my
where
gosh.
you would just throw them under the bus in a heartbeat,
Yep.
but then also take a knife for them? Like same kind of thing, right? A little bit vague, a little bit graphic, but same
Yeah.
thing. Like and so when we would talk about each other or, in front of people, our relationship in front of people honestly thought that we hated each other. And I felt really bad.
Well, this is
I
I
tend to
was
be
so mean.
a little sarcastic sometimes.
little.
A little.
Just a little bit. I used to make fun of him all the time. Like he was always the one I would pick on.
I
Anytime we
would pick
were
on
doing
myself.
a demo.
I was the butt of all my jokes, or you were, but
Yeah,
yeah.
it was great. But I think because we were so close, we knew
Yeah.
deep down inside that because I've never laughed as hard as I have laughed with Corey at work.
Ah.
I miss that. Like I miss that with him because
Mm-hmm.
here we're with the kids, right? And it's you and the kids and your colleagues are there for lunch and recess but it not like when we were, especially when we were in the office
Mm.
and we shared an office because he and I were office mates the whole time
Oh my
until we
gosh.
got put in the pen in the corral. But when we were in
Some
the office,
offices smaller
even
than others.
Okay.
even even when COVID hit and we were back and we had a mask
Mm.
mandate and we had to wear masks. If we were sharing an office, we had to wear a mask together. And he looked at me and I looked at him and I went, this is stupid. We're not going to wear a mask, right? Are we good? Like we're good. So
We're
we
our
would
bubble.
close the door and
We're in
take
our
off our
bubble.
mask. Do you remember, Corey? We set up that green screen curtain.
So nobody could see?
No,
No,
like in the middle of the
between
room.
us.
Oh.
It was the COVID barrier. COVID would not get.
It was so no
Doesn't
one
get
could
through a
take
green
off our
screen.
masks.
Oh my god.
We had and so we had our desk
Impenetrable
on either
green
side.
screen.
It was a giant backdrop that we used to use for green screen movies.
It was the
So we
special
set it
N94
up.
green screen we purchased. So.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
And so we would be behind and then every now and then we'd laugh. And so we knew we were looking at something that we shouldn't have been looking at. But that relationship was so special. It was
I
really,
wait.
really great.
Okay, I don't even want to go to that one. But yeah, like
Yeah.
people down the hall at the reception desk, which is probably 50 yards
Wow.
down the
Okay,
hallway.
yeah.
They would hear us
Oh my
laughing
god.
and picking on each other.
That is like
Yeah, it was.
that's the best. Y'all, that is like the dream, I think, for anybody to end up like whether it's on a class or whether school site or like especially in an office setting where you don't have like as much well, you just need people, like you said, and you need people differently than when you're in the classroom. It's so cool that
I don't think it was the dream of the other people in the office
Oh,
because
They
they
were
were
so
very
envious.
quiet. They were
I
very,
think
and they
you're
were
right,
told
Anne.
they
Our
had to be
relationship.
quiet.
you guys got away with it. You weren't told to quiet down.
Oh, I got told often to shut
I'd-
up.
They probably sent me a text
got-
message. I didn't
I
read
got
it. So.
I got told I laughed too loudly that
Yeah.
I needed to calm down.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I do know we're taking it to the socials, Corey, because while you don't text, you did tweet. Look at that transition. You like that? You like that
I
transition?
did. Yeah, I figured that one was coming. I know. I was waiting for, but you would talk to people on Twitter, but you won't respond to my text message.
What do you want me to do?
Well, I miss back in the days when we had Twitter chats. Like that
Yes.
to me was pretty solid. And like even like you would meet someone in a Twitter chat and then start messaging them and talking about like what you're doing and moving into a new role like as the TOSA. I didn't know everything that was going on. I knew what was going on in our little silo. But that was a huge thing, being able to like open up my eyes. Like, here's what other districts are doing. Here's what other people are doing.
Yeah.
Here's how they're using tech. That was huge. And, to be, I don't know if I would have survived anywhere near as long
Yeah.
as a TOSA without it.
And don't take that
because-
personally, right? Like, it's not about you.
I
Man,
I think you would have, Corey. I think you would just wouldn't have been as good as you were.
maybe.
I think you
I
would have
mean,
been
yeah,
just fine.
it would
But the
have.
level, if I had fallen off a cliff, I would have gladly given Corey my presentations, and I know he would have been like he could have read my presentations exactly the way I wanted it to
Oh,
be
that's
read. You know what I mean?
cool.
So like I think he would have been just fine in the TOSA office because I think you had that light still. You just knew more. You knew more people and you got more resources by Twitter. And I think that connection that you had with people was really unique.
Did you not jump on that wagon in?
I use Twitter as a marketing tool
Yeah.
more. I used it to get to know people. I attended a lot more conferences than he did, and I'm really good at in-person networking.
Ah.
And so I'm not, or
No,
I
me,
am.
me.
Okay, yeah. Corey was so, it was so funny having Corey come with me. So I'm really good at networking. I can make friends. Interpersonal skills are probably my jam, right? I'm good at networking and talking to people. And so I would schmooze a lot at conferences. I would always be the one at ISTE, at Q when it was a big deal. And, so I would always be the one that would go to the conferences, meet people at the conferences, and then continue to talk online.
When you
But
when you
I
say
always
talk
met people.
online, you're like emailing them. Like, what did that look like?
No, usually socials.
Okay.
It was Twitter for a long time. But I used Twitter for work for Cal State
Uh-huh.
Fullerton. And then I started like I didn't share as much on Twitter just because I felt like I did a lot more through the conference
Yeah.
presentations. And then so I think that I did so many presentations outside of Garden Grove that I meet people that way. And so my connections are through like the people through
Yeah.
ISTE, the people through EdWeb and Common Sense. And so I end up meeting these people in all these different organizations. And I think that's how I grew is I attended and began to be a part of these organizations, these EdTech communities. And that's, I think, how I grew. And those ones that had like the public meetups and, things like that, that's how I got it. I even forced Corey to come with me. I wanted him to be a Google innovator with me,
Oh
and he
yeah.
didn't want to do it. And so then I got in, and then we were there for that day, and I made him come up. I'm like, come up, play games with us. And he came up.
Where was your what
It was
cohort were you?
Venice. We were in
Oh.
18, LAX. Yeah.
Oh, that
So
was
we were
such
in
a
Venice,
nice
like we were
group.
close.
That is such a nice
Yeah,
group.
and you know what's great is that group, when Corey showed up, they were like, Corey,
Right?
what's up? And I was like, and he wasn't even like, he showed up and everyone knew him. And I was like, well, look at that. See, you should have been there. That
My
should have been your
social
group.
media presence.
Yeah. It was so
Yeah,
great.
I am a, a big introvert. Like socially awkward. Like put me in front of a room and talk to like 100 people and present. I'm good. Like I know what I'm talking about. I can present. I can crack jokes. We're good. Sit me down with like 2 or 3 people and just like small talk. Ick. Like
Oh,
that's like
interesting.
I can't do that. Um, it's just not in my DNA to do that.
It's good
And
to
so
know
that's why social
you.
media,
Yes.
being on social media, like getting to know somebody like over social media, that helped me like be able to talk to people
Yeah.
and like have connections. But trying to do that in person for me is, ugh,
Well, to start there for sure,
is
it's so different.
is
Those are such different skill
super,
sets.
yeah.
Yeah. Um, so where do you get these where do you fill your social cups now? Both of you. Are you presenting in? And Corey, where are you putting all this stuff? Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on?
UTI, hashtag.
UTI? Wait, isn't that
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
that's what you think it is.
okay?
So-
Tell me more.
That,
So
that
when
was
we-
an acronym we came up with.
Tell me more. Tell me more.
Corey,
I
you
can't
came
even
up with
remember
that
what
one.
it's
That's
like.
all you,
Okay,
honey.
I didn't
That
want
is
to take
all
all the
you.
credit, but what is it? I
Underground
can't even
Tech
remember what it's
Initiative.
underground. Yeah. So like we want an underground group,
So
and I'm like UTI. Let's have a UTI. Let's celebrate
so we
a UTI.
For once, right?
Why not?
Let's just celebrate it.
They get a bad rap, you know.
so
Oh
so
my
we
god.
when we left the instructional tech office, we had a bunch of people who were like, what are we going to do? Like, how are we
Right.
going to stay connected? How are we
Right.
going to keep learning? So we started a UTI.
Okay.
We all got UTIs.
We
Okay.
spread it.
Ooh.
We
One
and
green
we
screen at a
have this
time.
little, yeah.
Tell me that's your
We
logo.
just have this little... No, now we need it.
Just a green square sticker. That's it. That's your sticker. Keep going. Keep going.
So that was it. That was just, it was a
Are you
group
still
of
doing
us
it? Is that
meet
a
now.
thing?
Mhm. It's a Voxer group, and it's just really, and
Remember
as people
Voxer?
come
I do.
in,
I do.
I still use Voxer for Cal State Fullerton, so that's why
Aw.
I'm still on it. So we have this little group. It's all teachers in our district. And just like little things like, hey, did you guys get this problem with this? And like we chat through that. Corey just brought up snorkel the other day
Ooh,
at
it's a
UTI.
good one. Yeah, it's a good
and
one.
we were arguing over it.
It's my
See, we
favorite
were
right
arguing
now.
over it.
I really like
Yeah,
that too.
see?
Or people
Those
don't.
things,
People are not
so.
excited about it. Okay, we don't have to get on snorkel. We don't have to go down snorkel road. That's fine. But
Anne
I have
finds it
thoughts.
difficult to set up, even though
oh wow,
Maybe
That's,
it's
that
you set
sounds
one up?
judgy. That
Yes.
sounds judgy, Corey. I don't know about that.
created them. It is like you literally tell it, here's what you want to do. And there's this button that says like AI can figure out what you want out of it.
I
And it's
also
good.
have a little bit of distrust of AI.
Oh,
I think that's,
okay.
I also have, that's a whole nother.
That's another
a whole
podcast.
nother-
Yeah. No, I get that.
Yeah, that's another podcast. Yeah.
Okay, so
But-
It's not,
go ahead.
it's giving feedback. It's not giving grades.
Do you find that it like triggers you to give?
See, this is, remember the
different kinds of
brother-sister
feedback?
relationship?
Yeah. Of course.
This is it right here.
Yeah.
If
Sorry.
we didn't have this, we wouldn't be as good. Because if I didn't have someone to be like, Ann, that's I was going to use another word, but that's not right.
Right. That is
You know, I
baloney.
need someone. Yeah, there you go. I need someone to say, you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
I have a strong personality and I have my opinions.
Mhm,
And if I didn't have someone like Corey to be like, no, Ann, you're wrong. And all right, well, I guess I'm wrong. And I respect him and his opinions. So it's, I need people like that.
Okay. I love it so much. I'm so happy to know that UTI exist in your world for both of you. So this makes me really happy.
And they're a good thing.
Even though he never calls me. Like, I literally saw him driving to work one day and I was like, no.
Like not today.
I
And then every
I'm
day since then,
driving.
I'm like, where is he? Where is he? Is he gonna drive?
Okay. Well, your homework, Corey, is to maybe work on that like 10% harder. Is all I'm gonna say on that one. That is like you could do
that's
that.
my IEP goal.
That's your that's
Okay.
tier 1 intervention right there.
I will text Anne with a 10%.
Increase
It's okay.
in
Just keep the reels
fluency.
coming. We're good. I'm good. That's my validation. The reels are coming. They're funny. His reels are hilarious.
I actually have that relationship with my friend Jeff. He and I both done a ton of. Oh, you guys met him? He was at when we went out. Yeah, he does. He's my Instagram. That's our little love language. Is he'll just send me one over and I'll just kind of giggle and send it back. And I think it's legit. I think it's real. But
No, it's definitely real.
here's the last question I have for you two. Now you're back at school sites and you've gone through and you've experienced the type of working environment in which you're in front of the kids, not in front of the kids, back in front of the kids, all the things and layers that includes. Like if you could go back, now that you have those years of wisdom, if you could go back to like your teacher self in your versions of year 2 or 3, what wisdom would you impart upon year 2, Miss Wren? Year 2, Mr. Mathias. Did I say your last name right? Mathias? Corey Mathias?
Matthias.
Matthias.
I've been called worse.
Yeah, right. Probably by me.
By me.
There you go. Matthias.
Don't worry, it's only going to get harder. Would that be good advice?
That's-
No.
So bad.
And then
know.
tweet me. Yeah. Okay. Well, that is your truth.
No, that's not what I would say. But like, yeah, like we didn't really talk about it, but yeah, the idea of coming back, like like Ann said, it's a first year teacher all over again.
Yeah.
Like I am that second year teacher right now. So I don't know what advice I have because that's me right now.
I have advice for you.
Oh, I love that. Okay. Give each other advice.
Text back.
Huh? Oh yeah.
Nothing.
No, that's not your advice. My advice, and this is the same advice. I have 2 teachers on campus that are year 1 and year 2 teachers.
Okay.
My advice is don't forget to have fun.
Yeah.
Like you can't let all those IEP goals, all those meetings, all the papers you need to grade, all the things that you feel like you're behind on. You can't let that get in the way of why you're here to begin with. Like you are here because you have a calling that where kids love being in your class. Kids love being there because they like laughing with you. They love learning new things with you and they want to know more. Don't forget that. Don't forget that that's why you're here. And the other stuff isn't important. That calling that you have, that's the most important thing. And everything else will be okay.
Love that.
That was so good.
That was so good.
Oh man.
But it's true.
It's true.
It's so true. It's like
Yeah, no.
we get lost in that stuff so much,
I know.
especially here. Right, Corey?
Everywhere.
Like so much stuff.
I don't. And I would just say, remember what's important. Kind of on the same line. Like, yeah, you're gonna get messages. This is probably not appropriate for if people from my district were reading this, but you're gonna get like, this is what's important from the district, but you know what's important. You know your kids. You know what's best for them. You know, there's gonna be this swinging pendulum of curriculum that you're gonna do. You're gonna do groups and separate them out. Oh no, we're gonna keep everybody whole group, and we're gonna go to small groups again. And so like, you're gonna get theories back and forth. Like, things will change. Just do what works best for the kids. Try new things. See what works. Like, throw the spaghetti against the wall. See what sticks. Don't be afraid to try new things. And I think that's one reason Ann and I were able to survive well in tech is we tried things.
Yeah.
Right. And that's where a lot of teachers in the classroom aren't willing to do. They're not willing to try new things. Like, they have their tried and true way, but there might be a better way. Like, whether that's tech or not, there might be a better way.
It's Ann's way.
And think about how you could do that. And like, fun is like huge. Like, that's one of my big philosophies. Like, learning should be fun.
Yeah.
If I'm bored, God, the kids must be
my God.
super bored.
Oh my gosh, I feel the same way. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel the same way. Y'all, I just want to say, like, 3 cheers to 3 people who have made it in education for more than 2 decades. What? That just sounds fancier than 20 years. It just does. Okay. So the 2-decade club right here.
Or collectively.
Oh my gosh.
Collectively.
Excuse us, 65 years later.
We're
pretty, 60 years pretty
nice. Yep.
And I still feel like a first-year teacher. I do too. Oh, you guys are the best. Yeah, no, tell us.
I think feeling a first-year teacher every now and then is good.
Yeah.
It's
100%.
the biggest problem I have with teachers who have been doing it for like 15 years and they're still doing it the same way they did day one. Kids are different. These kids post-COVID are different. You can't do the same thing.
I have to say, one of the things I think, Corey, that you may not have heard this, I heard it at the Adobe Summit. A lot of TOSAs are going back to the classroom and they are scared out of their minds. I think it was the best move I've ever, for my career, for me as a learner, because now I can see what our teachers are going through and I can still do the EdTech space, right? So I think, and Corey, I never told you this because you don't call me, but we have so many people who admire this move, this shift that we did, because we are thriving.
Yeah.
And I firmly believe that it's such a scary move for so many people who have been doing a job for a while, and now that position is cut and they're going back. I got so many emails and messages after the summit about that because they were like, I'm so scared. I have no idea what I'm going to do, but it's nice to know that there's light on the other side.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It was really nice.
In your own way, you're being like that lone nut still. You're like, no, I'll be one of the first TOSAs to go back, and then I'll let you know that you'll make it, and it's going to be okay.
Yeah, it'll be okay.
It'll be okay.
And it will
Yeah.
if we focus on what we have always loved since day one. It's always been the kids.
EdTech TOSAs, like I said before, we'll try new things. Like the EdTech TOSAs typically aren't afraid to try something new.
Yeah. Not everybody who goes through a TOSA like
Yeah.
year or 2 or 3. And by the way, TOSA teacher on special assignment, like these special assignments look and feel really different, and not everybody gets the same experiences. It's true. From
Yeah.
from different disciplines to different resources to different like norms within those communities. And you're right. I think the one that my little nugget that I want to take away from this conversation is just a reminder that like the mindset of a TOSA is not tethered to a position, right? That it really
Yeah.
is like a choice that we've made, and a mindset that we've nurtured over time. And now we get to see what it looks like to be the classroom teacher or the adjunct faculty person who's going to go like actually, we're gonna our worlds are gonna change, but like that openness to being flexible and not in control and clamp it and let your students talk sort of thing. Like that vibe is so
Mm-hmm.
unique to the world that we all share in common. And I thank you both for just sharing your stories and your friendship.
That's fun.
You're welcome.
So, that's a wrap, guys. It's 4:06,
Yay.
so now you get to go home and live your post-school life.
Yep. I don't think I have. I Corey, do you grade a lot at home? I don't grade a lot. I just don't
I
grade.
don't grade a lot.
Yeah, same here. Thank goodness. Okay, because I'm like, this isn't worth anything. I know. I can give you a grade. We're good.
I love it.
So, okay. Yeah, because when I go home, it's
That's
home.
so
It's home life.
good. And we got to do it because we got to fill those buckets. Um, you're both wonderful human beings, and I adore you, and I appreciate you both for being on the bridge. Have
Thanks for having
Okay.
us.
I was looking for it. How do I find it?
Oh, I love this question. It We'll have a link in our show notes.
Okay.
Aludolearning.com/the-bridge. It could be easier, but we will get
Oh,
you there.
it's hosted on a Ludo.
Aludo
Okay.
Learning. Yeah. That's
Cool.
where you can find the recordings and the show notes and the blog posts and all of that. It's also on YouTube, just under the bridge. And Aludo. We would probably have to type both. But
Okay.
yeah. All right, my friends. Have a great week.